Hi, welcome back to the Blind LP of East Attorney Investigations to Prosecutor's Path. So now we're back with the trial. It's not exactly a trial, in a way it is, I guess, with the PIC. So right now we are summoning Dr. Bonnie Young because she gave us a false autopsy report or an autopsy report which is not quite accurate. So we are now about to question her, and in the last episode it seems that Courtney seems to be siding with us, but I'm not sure whether it's like sincere or not. So I don't know, we will take a look at her a bit more in this episode and see whether she's really on our side or not. Okay, so let's begin. Bonnie Young, under the divine rule of law, please answer truthfully. There were no mistakes in your autopsy report, correct?
Granny would never make a mistake.
That's certainly strange. Huh? What's strange? This court has found an error in Dr. Young's autopsy report. Dr. Young, please tell the truth. Did you falsify the autopsy report?
That's terrible. How can you accuse her of that? I have no idea what you're talking about. Why would I do such a thing in the first place?
To protect the true culprit, of course.
What you talking about? I would never do such a thing.
How strange. In that case, why would there be an error in the autopsy report, I wonder? Prosecutor HF, what do you think? Oh, I expected you to press into a statement like you normally do. Why is she taking control of the situation and trying to help me? I don't know, HF. I don't know what her goal is, but I must play along. If the autopsy report you gave to Sebastian had been authentic, then the error should not have been there.
Wait a minute, I didn't do anything.
This is what we'll figure out from this point on. Firstly, Dr. Young, I'd like to hear your testimony.
But why do you want her testimony? It would be pointless.
I will be the one who decides whether or not it is pointless, not you.
There are patients waiting for us. But Granny, oh. Ouch. Anyways, we don't have time for this.
Is there any way I could convince you this is of the utmost importance?
Mr. Miles, Ashworth, Granny says she'll testify. So please try to finish this quickly. If we don't return soon, there will be people in terrible suffering.
And yet you were lollygagging about on the viewing platform earlier. I promise you this won't take long. Only if she tells me the truth, of course. Okay. Oh, must you talk for your granny?
There are no mistakes in Granny's autopsy report. I've been working with corpses longer than you've been alive. There's no way I'd make a mistake in writing the autopsy report. Ouch. I got nothing to gain from falsifying the autopsy report. It's what she says. See? There's nothing strange at all.
Yes, that's right, you know. There's no way she would have falsified, you see? Under the name of the goddess of law, do you swear that this testimony is the truth?
Of course. Granny would never tell a lie.
I want it to come out from her mouth. We were asking Dr. Young. We do not need to hear from a third party.
I'm not a third party. I'm on Granny's side. If you raise an objection to my testimony, you best prepare yourself, you ex-prosecutor.
I will definitely expose the contradiction in the autopsy report. Wow, look at my bar. That's bad. Okay, I've been working with corpses longer than you've been alive. I'd like to hear about that. So in your long career, you've never once made a mistake.
The doctor's only as good as laying out their track record.
If we're just talking about lengthy track record, that former chief prosecutor has one too. You mean Von Karma? And yet his actual abilities don't seem to measure up. I hope that you're not the same as well. Former chief prosecutor? I don't recall who you're talking about. Oh, him? Ouch. That's a low blow, you know. But you know, Edgeworth, I don't make mistakes either, you see. Because you see, before I can make a mistake, those around me all have already made it instead. You see, I don't have time for mistakes. It's quite amazing, you know. It must be karma.
You can't compare a chief prosecutor with a doctor. You really can't.
Okay. There's no way I'd make a mistake. The victim wore this raincoat after suffering a blow to the head. And yet, there was not a single drop of blood on the front of the raincoat. Therefore, it is impossible for the head wound to have been post-mortem.
Well, that's... Ouch.
Okay.
I don't need you to tell me that. That's what I wrote down from the very beginning.
The autopsy report says the head wound was post-mortem. That's completely different.
Yeah. I relate to Karen what to put down in the autopsy report. After that, it was none of my beeswax.
Relate to Karen. Please elaborate on that. What?
I relate everything to Karen. After that, it was none of my beeswax. Okay.
So basically, Karen is the one who wrote it wrong? I would like to verify once again what you saw when you examined the body.
Like always said, ouch. Well, about that. She was done by a thumb to her noggin.
Oh, wait, that's different from the report. So she was killed by a thumb to her head.
Dr. Young, do you know when that happened? Before she died, of course. The wounds on her chest were post-mortem.
Okay.
That's what I relate to Karen. So that's what should have been written in the report.
That's what you relate to her, eh? I'm finally beginning to see the truth. But if Karen is saying all this for her, that means they wrote correctly. And it was swapped after that.
I got nothing to gain from falsifying the report.
Okay. You may have nothing to gain, but how about your granddaughter?
Me? There isn't anything I could gain. If Karen had something to gain, then the girl of yours might have something too. How dare you accuse my little girl who has never done harm to anybody? Yeah, aren't you ashamed of yourself?
No, Ashworth, don't you get it? If that's what happened, Karen wouldn't have been saying this for her grandmother right now, right? She would have looked very suspicious, which is weird. She should address those words to Blaze, not me.
I swear that the autopsy report wasn't falsified. It's what she says. See? Just nothing strange at all.
It doesn't look okay. So, what am I supposed to press? Nothing to gain? Wait, let me press this one. Did you notice anything strange when you were performing the autopsy?
I wonder, huh? What is it, Granny? A strange man came by.
Who are you calling strange?
He wore some really strange clothes. He even had a frill thing around his neck. Even though he was about to get canned, he still tried to run amok during my autopsy. I'm talking about you filthy red brute.
I see. So Mr. Ashworth is a strange, freely bred brute, no? Don't copy her. Okay, please don't only remember odd things about me.
It doesn't look like Granny's lying.
Miss Jensen is the one who is relaying Dr. Young's words. I'll have to confirm whether or not Miss Jensen is telling us the truth. I haven't pressed this one. So you're saying there is no way Dr. Young could have made a mistake?
Of course, doctors can't afford to make mistakes. This is a world where just one misdiagnosis can end a long career. I know that my granny at least would never. If I did something like that, you'd think they'd still let me run a hospital?
Okay, so I'm supposed to present on something. I relate everything to Karen. My bad. Okay, so is it that? Let me see. Maybe I should just present the autopsy and show her that it's wrong. Is it autopsy? Autopsy report. That. No? Yes, okay. Good. That scared me for a while. Dr. Young, please confirm what this autopsy report says with your own eyes.
I'll read that out for you. Ouch.
Yeah.
This autopsy report wasn't written by me.
Yeah, you told Karen to write it. What? What do you mean? Stop being violent.
I don't know. But Granny, I can't see that.
Miss Jensen, if you're trying to keep the truth in the dark, then... in place of the goddess of law, I shall hear your confession. Judge Courtney is talking with Dr. Young in private. What? Is that true? Understood. I shall convey your words to everyone else, Dr. Young. I properly relate the autopsy report orally to that child. Who? It seems my granddaughter must have marked it up when she was writing it down.
Wow!
Oh, she mimicked the voice. Okay, I let that one go.
Wow, she mimicked her voice perfectly.
There was no need for her to go that far, though. In other words, the contents of the autopsy report had been falsified by your hand, Miss Jensen.
Oh,
But she told us the exact report. She should know what the report looks like. Why would she lie like that, so obviously? With that, we've proven that the wound on her head came first, followed by her chest wound. Miss Jensen, why did you falsify the autopsy report?
Well, hold on a second. She never said she falsified it, you know. She just made a teeny tiny mistake when she wrote it down. Post-mortem and anti-mortem sound kinda similar, you know.
They are completely opposites. Complete opposites. That is the very definition of falsification.
Miss Jensen, why would you lie? Okay, ouch. I want you to tell me too. Why would you do something like that? Granny, but
because you falsified the autopsy report, Kate fell under suspicion. Tell me why you did it.
I can't say. I just can't say it.
Not I don't want to say, but I can't say. Because of him, isn't it?
You're all a bunch of bullies, you know. Ganging up on this poor girl who loves her grandmother so. She is totally unrelated to this. I think we can forgive her for one tiny mistake.
That won't do. Aren't you the one with the most to lose if she testifies?
Huh? What are you saying? You see, as a former prosecutor, you'll have to speak a little more clearly, you know?
Very well. As you wish, I shall answer clearly. Miss Jensen played an essential role in this case. She was an accomplice. No? Yes. Miss Jensen falsified the autopsy report in order to assist the true culprit.
Ouch!
Oh, this girl is an accomplice. What's your basis for that claim? It was impossible for a single person to commit this crime in the first place. The crime could not have been committed without at least 2 people, namely because the report couldn't have been faked. I don't know. The number of people wouldn't match, but because you need her, the report couldn't have been faked. Right? This, I don't know, this too seems relevant. I'm gonna save. Okay, so without at least 2 people, namely because I don't know, the number of people wouldn't match. Okay. If the conductor was a culprit and one of the auction guests was a victim, it would contradict the witness testimony that there were 11 people after the incident. What now? You got a problem with my testimony? Not at all. Rather, it is because I believe your testimony, that's why an accomplice must exist. So you still won't admit that your reasoning is wrong? It's not wrong. Up until now, we had not even considered the possibility of an accomplice. However, if there had been an accomplice, it changes the entire story completely. It would explain, I guess it would explain the 12 masks. If the accomplice took the murdered auction guest's place. Oh. Oh? Wait, I'm confused. Then the number of people remains 11. I kind of get that, but there were 12 masks in use, with 1 mask outside. What was that mask doing outside though then? The 12th mask. Ooh, I see now. So that's what you're thinking. But you know, wouldn't that have been very quickly discovered? Miss Jensen and the victim have similar physiques, do they? If she wore the victim's mask, she could have easily taken her place. Miss Jensen, did you switch places with the victim?
I wouldn't.
Who was the conductor? In other words, tell me who was the true culprit.
I can't. I mean, that would also cause trouble for Granny.
Ah.
Ouch.
Her granny was being threatened.
But Granny.
Oh, accept whatever wrongs you may have done. Just tell me everything.
Granny.
Oh my god, stop that, stop. Ouch. As I thought, it appears you really were the accomplice.
Miss Jensen, why?
Miss Jensen, would you please tell us?
Yes. It's okay, Granny. I'm fine now. I switched places with the victim, Miss Crane.
So you admit to being the conductor's accomplice?
Yes, I helped out the conductor. I don't really know why, but for some reason, the conductor was expecting to be attacked by Miss Crane.
What? The conductor expected an attack from the victim.
They were so sure it was going to happen that they came up with a plan to counter it. A way to beat the victim at her own game. And that's when I called in. I was told to wait in the storeroom before the auction began. Woo there, you ain't fooling my eyes. If you was waiting in the storeroom, I reckon I would have bumped into you. After all, I've been up in that storeroom the entire auction. I'm telling the truth.
I wonder about that, you know? Had we really been able to go falsify a report? Huh, there should have been many places to hide in that storeroom. Then, by all means, tell me, where did our little nurse hide? Of the place in the storeroom where Miss Jensen hid was. That, maybe? She hid inside this costume trunk. A costume trunk, eh?
Ah, now that you mention it, the box was already there before I snuck in. I figured I would hide in there myself, but it was wrapped up nice and tight with a chain. And it was locked too, so I had to give it up.
I suspect that when you sneaked into the room, Miss Jensen was already inside the trunk. So somebody chained her up in there, I guess?
Yes, it would have been better if one of the guests from the auction had opened the lid, after instructing me to hide inside. The conductor wrapped her chain around the costume trunk. I think they went downstairs using the lift shortly thereafter. It was right before the auction.
So then, when the auction began, only you and Miss Hart were in the storeroom, okay?
Yes, that should be right.
The auction had been going on as usual, but when a certain participant made the winning bid, the conductor committed the crime. Miss Hart must have heard that the altercation that occurred then.
You betcha. I was trembling behind that statue the whole time, though.
Following the altercation, Jill Crane was murdered. Okay. After killing Jill Crane, the conductor carried her body to the costume trunk. Okay. And Miss Jensen, who had been hiding in the trunk, was made to take Miss Crane's place. The victim's body was placed inside the costume trunk. Okay. The conductor then took Miss Jensen, who had been made to look like Jill Crane, and returned to the auction hall as if nothing had happened. Okay. Was this roughly what happened in the storeroom during the incident? But that's really weird.
Yes, that's right.
That's really weird.
Pulling the old switcheroo with one of the auction guests, ain't that impossible? The gal and the murder victim are two completely different people, you know. Don't you reckon one of the other participants would have noticed and caused a ruckus?
No, not at all. The reason they didn't notice the switch was because she stole the victim's clothes, she used the victim's name, she acted like the victim. All of it? From what I can tell, Miss Jensen and the victim appear to have a similar physique. Furthermore, there was a rule requiring a mask to be worn during the auction. If their clothes were the same, I doubt anyone would have noticed she was a different person.
Yes, I blended right in. I borrowed Miss Crane's clothes and ouch. You mustn't embarrass the date like that. I know. I also thought I was pretty heartless to leave her exposed like that. So when the conductor wasn't looking, I covered her up in the raincoat that was up for auction.
Okay. So she was the one who put the red raincoat on the victim. And then the auction resumed as if nothing had happened. But the victim moved.
I reckon I took the picture of her in the red raincoat after that.
So she got up. Then make all the facts line up.
After I took the photo, I went over to the lift to sneak a peek down below. I witnessed the 11 participants and then I hightailed it back behind the statue.
Don't tell me you were hiding there the entire time until we found you.
Nah, that's... how should I put it? You fell asleep.
What is it? Did something happen?
I didn't mention it before, but after that I might have dozed off a little. To be more precise, I fainted. Well, something like that.
So something did happen.
It ain't no big deal. Kinda embarrassed to say though. There was this huge thumbs and all of a sudden I was a little surprised by that. It was right after I had just witnessed a murder, so I was shaking in my boots. My heart sort of tightened up and I was off to La La Land. When I woke up, it was already the next day around the time we all came by the storeroom, so something hit you maybe?
I see, so there was a large sound. Miss Hart, I take it you do not know what transpired in the storeroom beyond this point.
I guess, but after the auction, all the masks were properly returned. So I reckon the participants had exited through the storeroom just like I done said.
So they might not have. Miss Jensen, what were your actions after the auction resumed?
I took the victim's place and participated in the auction. The conductor instructed me to win the bid for the costume trunk, because the body was inside it. It would have been bad if another auction guest won the bid for it.
You didn't realize the box was empty?
No, we only found out when I came up to the storeroom to pay the bill. The conductor was with me and told me to go search for her immediately. And then I found another girl collapsed in front of the ladder.
Okay. Kate.
Yes, she probably fell down from the roof and lost consciousness.
Maybe the victim left the hatch open when she went up to the rooftop. I understand now. I don't. Kay was surprised at seeing the collapsed victim and did not notice the open hatch. She must have missed her footing and fell down into the storeroom, okay? Miss Hart, I have determined the sound that made you faint. It was likely the sound of Kay falling onto the storeroom floor.
That might have been it. Though I reckon it'd be kinda pathetic to faint over something like that.
Oh, okay, I get it. When Miss Jensen found the unconscious Kay, Miss Hart was also unconscious behind the statue. The situation is becoming clearer to me. Miss Jensen, please continue your story.
After I found Kay and the victim, I put them both in the trunk. If the customers at the auction found out, there would have been a huge commotion.
Was this an order from the conductor as well?
Yes, it was. But since I secretly decided to put this raincoat on Miss Crane, I had to dispose of the raincoat without the conductor noticing.
So the conductor didn't anticipate the raincoat becoming another piece of evidence.
And finally, we dressed Miss Crane in a spare conductor's outfit.
I see. In doing so, you made the victim appear as if she was a conductor.
In the end, the auction ended without anyone noticing anything.
Miss Jensen, your crimes have become clear. If you know anything else, please hold nothing back.
I want to help you more, but that is all I know. If I had to say, there is just one thing that bothers me. When I took Miss Crane's place, I borrowed her clothes. But there was no way for me to borrow her hair.
Oh.
What kind of a coroner's assistant goes around stealing a corpse's hair?
I would think that robbing the deceased of their clothes would be questionable enough.
Both the color and the length of her hair is different, so I was worried about how to disguise it. I thought the conductor even had a wig prepared for me. In fact, he had two of them.
What?
Inside the costume trunk, there was both a straight wig and a wavy wig.
2 wigs? Why would there 2?
Who knows? Maybe it was a precaution in case the victim had changed her hairstyle. I ended up using the straight wig to match Miss Crane's hair.
So that means the wavy wig was left unused. Is that supposed to mean something? What? Is that really all you know?
Yes. Yep. That's really all I know.
So that means you don't know who the conductor is.
I'm sorry. I only knew that person as the auction conductor. I never saw that person without a mask on. The conductor seemed to be on the guard. Just everybody.
Okay. At this rate. Is roof, is that all you've got? Even if it had little noses and accomplice, it changes absolutely nothing, you know. In the end, the true culprit is still Kay Faraday. All you did was add another criminal, you know. The rule of law cannot be overturned, at least not for your sake. Is this as far as I go? Am I unable to save Kay?
Oh?
Yes, Franziska? Franziska, why are you here? Didn't I tell you, Miles Atrof? Wherever there is a case, I will follow. Prosecutor Von Karma, your hard work is most appreciated. However, don't get the wrong idea. I only came here to find out the truth behind what happened to Kay Faraday. I don't plan on forgiving you for abandoning the prosecutor's path. Okay, the title. I understand. You should be thanking your former subordinate. He gave me some valuable information which may save Kay Faraday. I gums you? Okay. Listen well, Miles Atrof. This will be the final piece of evidence. Jill Crane suffered the wound on her head first. Okay, yeah, we kind of know that already. There better not be people acting surprised. Okay, good. Yeah. Will someone say something? Well, I hate to say it, but we already proved that. already proved. Yes, well, just a few minutes ago. You should have told me sooner. I didn't know what you were gonna say. You're the one who barged in here and started talking. Well then, does that mean you found out what was the mother weapon already? No, not yet. Do you know? In that case, is that so? In that case, listen well. The victim was struck on the head with a blunt cylindrical object. The wound on her chest was suffered post-mortem. A cylindrical murder weapon. Cylindrical. What is cylindrical? What is cylindrical? You know, this report of yours address is accurate, of course. This was the results of 2 independent autopsies carried out by 2 respected doctors. That's reassuring, but it's too bad. Interpol is after the black market auctions, and I'm the prosecutor in charge of the investigation. The victim participated in the auction. Therefore, it is only natural for me to investigate. Good job. Especially now that she's murdered. I see, clever girl, live on karma. Then it has been settled. The victim died from blunt force trauma to the head. Okay. Unfortunately, the murder weapon has yet to be found. Autopsy report. Okay, let's see. Blunt trauma. Cylindrical thing. Okay. Cylindrical thing. Just knowing the shape of the murder weapon gives me an idea to what it might be. I don't know. Hey, my investigation that we didn't find any other murder weapons, you know? If you consider the conductor's possessions and the crime scene, the answer should be clear. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. Conductor's possessions. White jacket, purple flower, white gloves, mask. Are you saying it's a candelabra? I'm not sure which part of it though. This? I don't know. Well, it is heavy, isn't it? What? What else? This? No. Oh, the horn. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, we'll continue first. No. The blunt cylindrical object used in the auction hall was... Oh, okay. It was something the conductor had in their hand during the auction. Where is it though? Namely, an auction gavel. An auction gavel? We didn't find anything like that. If the culprit is the conductor, it is possible that the gavel may be the murder weapon. However, that alone is not reason enough, wouldn't you agree? Of course, I have proof to back it up. I don't. This piece of evidence proves that the murder weapon is the auction gavel. Are you kidding me? I don't know. Witness testimony, maybe? Wait. Ah, yes. The sound of the gavel was not heard back afterwards. Okay. That. According to Miss Hart's testimony, after the victim had been murdered, it seems she suddenly stopped hearing the sound of the gavel during the auction. However, she had been able to hear it up until then. Why was that, you ask? It was because it had been used as a murder weapon and was covered in the victim's blood. It became necessary to dispose of it. Isn't that right? Blaze the best. I'll have a search for the murder weapon performed immediately. Oh, well, good luck with that, you know. You've got to work as hard as you can while you're young, you see. He's completely confident that we won't find it. Did you burn it up? Well then, while the search for the murder weapon continues, I hereby call for a brief recess. We'll go on a bit longer. So, I don't know, either he totally destroyed the gavel, or could it be that he used somebody else's gavel? Order in the court. Prosecutor Von Karma, your report, please. You can't find it. I have bad news. We've searched every inch of the Grand Tower, but the auction gavel was nowhere to be found. Yeah, I thought so. That is most unfortunate. It seems I am left with no choice but to pronounce a verdict now. Well, it sure seems that way, you know. Normally, you wouldn't commit a blunder like leaving behind a murder weapon, you know. The best criminals would never do something like that, you see. I don't have enough information. It's just as far as I can go. Now, I have a few ideas. Yes, it's a shame, you know, but it can't be helped, you see. Just takes me back, you know. All those defendants who came to me asking for a plea bargain. They trusted me, you know. Told me every one of their little dirty secrets, you see. And when it came time for the trial, I got them sentenced to life in prison. They were all completely dumbstruck, you know. Each and every one of them, you see, ha ha ha. Oh, how I wish you could all have seen it, you know. That stupid look on their face. Sis, I shall hereby announce my verdict. Please humbly accept the words of the law. There's nothing more I can do. With this, both Kay and I are. No, come on, Kay. If only we had some evidence. I never thought that I would be passing judgment on you like this. Is this the end? The defendant. Blaze the best. I hereby indict you. Okay. What? What? Oh, what's gotten into you all of a sudden? I have heard documents regarding a certain case. The IS-7 incident. A case that happened 18 years ago. Documents, you say? Why would you suddenly? Wait, you don't mean? On the day of the crime, the record of your keycard being used was because I came to this room to fetch these documents, of course. Although when I entered the meeting room, it seems it was before the black market auction had begun. Okay. At first I told you that I came to gather documents about you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. At that time, I simply could not tell you the truth. Okay. What are you doing, Justin? Why are you indicting Pops? Without any basis, this is slander. Have you seen your dad? That was a wonderful remark, Sebastian. Huh? Really? Of course there is a basis. During the case 18 years ago, Prosecutor Manfred von Karma fabricated information regarding the body. Okay. That was because the body of the sculptor Isaac Dover had been stolen. Papa fabricated information about a body? What do you mean? Detective Laser, who handled the initial investigation, reported that the body had gone missing. However, in order to deceive Prosecutor von Karma, there is a person who purposely did not report to him that the body had disappeared. Huh? What? What did you say? That person would not forgive those who defied him, nor would he allow others to hold power. He would use any means necessary in order to bend others to his will. And then, also 18 years ago, Director Young was ordered by a certain individual to write a fake autopsy report. Dr. Young was the one who wrote the autopsy report for the IS-7 incident, okay?
Please wait. Granny didn't do anything wrong. She was ordered by that person. She had no choice but to obey.
That person was the chief prosecutor at the time. The chief prosecutor 18 years ago, you don't mean? Who? Who gave Papa his first penalty? Him? It was none other than you, Blaze the Best. I don't understand. What are you saying? Pops would never do something like that. Sebastian, we do not need your opinion right now, so be quiet. Please, Sebas, do you have a rebuttal? Fabricating stuff about the body. Vankama did all that on his own, you know. Falsifying the autopsy report? Young, you would actually do something like that? Man, you really did some terrible things behind my back, you know? Seeing as how all the parties concerned are here today, we should ask them directly.
Please wait. Granny is...
Okay.
Granny, I'm sorry. I knew. That's why I... Yeah, because if I didn't, he said he would expose you. If I didn't assist in the crime, Granny would be prosecuted. That's what that man, the conductor, told me.
Okay. So, Miss Jensen was being threatened. Was the conductor who threatened you? Please, the best.
That I don't know. The person who threatened me was the auction conductor. They do have similar physics, but I never saw the person's face.
Any trivial thing is fine. Just give us a characteristic that could be a clue.
Like, you know?
Maybe. That's right.
The conductor's mask, it exposed just a tiny part of his face. There was a tattoo there. I'm sure of it.
A tattoo? A tattoo. On the face. A tattoo, you say?
Objection.
I really have no idea what you're talking about, you know? As you can see, there are clearly no tattoos on my face.
You see, it's covered by all that hair.
So that person doesn't match me at all, you know?
The person who threatened her, the so-called conductor. I wonder who it is, you know? Oh, take it off. Take off your beard. You have incurred the wrath of the goddess of law. I suggest you watch what you say. Hasn't he incurred your own wrath rather than the wrath of the goddess? Jill Crane has been pursuing you just as I have. And I will not let her death be in vain. Oh, she has. Crane was, you know? You say she was pursuing me? My, I didn't really know her that well, you know? I don't mind girls chasing after me, you know? But I don't recall her ever falling for me, you see? No. You didn't know the victim that well. That is a testimony we haven't heard up until now. Before the eyes of the goddess of law, you shall give us an official testimony. I see. Everyone is bullying me. If you're gonna go that far, that's fine, you see? I'll just have to make you disappear. Every last one of you. Prosecutor Edgeworth. I shall cooperate with you as well. If we let this opportunity slip by, I doubt we will ever get him to stand in court again. Please do not let this chance go to waste. Yes. I promise I will live up to your expectations. Now then, please, the best. You shall testify regarding the victim. Regarding Jill Crane. The victim Jill Crane. The victim Jill Crane was a member of the Prosecutorial Investigation Committee, you see? Personally, I didn't really know her that well, you know? Either way, it's not like I had a motive to murder her, you know? I have no idea why she was pursuing me, you see? You intend to deny your guilt until the bitter end, don't you? Of course he does. There's no way Pops could be the criminal. I have news for you, young man. I mean, he's my Pops, you know? He's the very best, like no one ever was. No, he doesn't catch Pokemon. You see, Sebastian, if you're gonna stick up for me, be sure to have a clear basis, you know? Alright, I got it. I'll clear you of these false accusations, Pops. I believe in you, Pops. We won't lose to someone like Miss Edgeworth. Yes, you really are pure, you know? That person, he really loves his father, doesn't he? However, one must be able to accept the mistakes of their father, like me. No matter how much they may look up to him. Sorry, man, Francisca. At least you know what's right. Each person must atone for their crimes, no matter who they are. This is going to be hard for Sebastian, but I simply cannot overlook his father's crimes. Okay. The victim, Jill Crane, was a member of the Prosecutorial Investigation Committee, you see? Press. If she was a member of the PIC, then you should have been familiar with her. Well, I know her face, but that's about it, you know. It's not like we met each other on a regular basis, you see? Fair enough. Okay. So you're saying you weren't very familiar with the victim? That's right. I didn't even know about the burn mark on Crane's hand. You see? You didn't know about the burn mark. Well, you see, even I had gotten close. Even if I had gotten close to her, she would have disappeared soon. It's a pain to remember someone, you know? When they're just gonna disappear, you see? Wait, what are you talking about? What do you mean? In other words, anyone who defies him disappears, I see. I would like you to add your statement about the victim's burn to your testimony. I only just learned that she had a burn mark on her hand, you see? So you're saying that you didn't know about the victim's burn? Is it really the truth? You really are persistent, you know? Do you really think I would pay attention to every little wound on a woman's hand? I would think the burn mark on the victim's hand would be hard to miss. Now that you mention it, Jill Crane would regularly wear gloves. I too did not know about the burn mark until the incident occurred. Jill Crane regularly wore gloves. I thought so. She was probably trying to hide the burn mark, you see. I understand how sensitive a woman can be about these things, you know. I would like you to add your so-called sensitive understanding of a woman to your testimony. Are we adding everything, man? Maybe she was always wearing gloves in order to hide the burn mark. So you were aware that she always wore gloves? Well, aware. Those gloves were practically a trademark, you see. But I guess they weren't just a fashion statement. She wanted to hide her burn mark, you know? I wonder if that girl over there is also hiding something under her bandages. I wonder too.
Huh? I'm not hiding anything.
I think you are, you know? You're hiding the face of a criminal. Not exactly what I had in mind. Those words should be directed at someone like you. I shall expose here and now the face of a true criminal. How amusing. Go ahead and try it if you think you can. So Jill Crane regularly wore gloves. That's interesting. I should look over the evidence one more time.
Okay, so we have to present the part where the gloves is not on her. Oh.
If there's anything you don't understand, you should look over the evidence again. Perhaps you'll find a new fact this time around. Francisca, you're willing to help me. I told you I'm doing this for Kay Faraday, not you. Francisca seems to be worrying about Kay in her own way. Okay. I mean, I guess they're good friends then. Okay. Not like I had a motive to murder her. Okay. I mean, I could press that, but I think I have to present something here. Yeah, she's not wearing her gloves. Okay. Present it. Oh, date. Okay. I don't really understand, but I don't think so. I know, right? That's what I was thinking as well. Okay.
Miss Edgeworth is fine. Why don't we just give up?
Okay, it's still much too early to give up. I'll definitely prove your innocence. Okay, fine. I'll press the rest. Was there ever any trouble between you or two over work? Oh, unlikely, you know. I'm kind of important, you see. I've got a report saying that she was accidentally capable. But you know, our social status was completely different, you see. So we didn't talk much, you know. That may be true, but it doesn't prove that you didn't kill her. That's rather prejudiced, you know. I mean, look at you. You're taking the side of the criminal. It seems Miss Crane was the one who had an interest in you, Mr. Chairman. You know, that really is a mystery. I haven't the faintest idea, you see? So that said, since I had no motive, your reasoning doesn't hold, you know? So you have no clue why the victim had been pursuing you? No, not in the slightest, you know? It's because Pops is such a handsome man. No. It's true, you know? Women appear before me and they disappear. And disappear and then reappear. You guys could never reach my Pop's level of awesomeness. It would certainly be impossible for a normal person. Having people appear and then physically disappear on a daily basis. Haha. Well then, maybe Courtney's going to disappear too. Don't you dare threaten her. Before that happens, I'll see to it your way of life disappears today. I see. Then I should finish it before the day's over. I'll have to organize my information about the victim. Okay, so basically, I think it's still the correct statement. So, maybe she was always wearing gloves in order to hide the burn mark. But she was not wearing the gloves. So, what do I have here? Maybe her photo? Yeah, she's not wearing gloves here. Wait, let me check. Okay, I feel like this is the only photo where I saw her hand. Red raincoat, the victim's fingerprints and blood. Yeah, she was not wearing gloves. Are you kidding? No. Okay, fine. There's only one other thing. Lotta's photo then. Please. If it's not that, I don't know what this is. Oh, man. Yeah. I shall reload. Alright, give me a moment. So, I think it's either this statement, I only just learned that she had a burn mark on her hand, or this statement, maybe she was always wearing the gloves in order to hide the burn mark, you know, because it seems like these two are the only things that might have contradictions in them. So I only just learned that she had a burn mark, you see. Let's see whether I find anything that can contradict that. Meaning that he would have already known that there was a burn mark before. One of them is a burn mark. No. One of them has a burn mark. I only just learned that she had a burn mark. No. It's this one. This one. And then the recording. Right? Yeah, okay. Okay, makes sense. Jill Crane regularly wore gloves. If that is true, then it creates a huge contradiction. A huge contradiction, you say? I would like you to listen to the voices recorded on this staff demo one more time. I knew who you were right away. You can't hide that burn from me. Silence, huh? I've been waiting for my chance to get revenge all this time. We were under the impression that this was the moment the victim was murdered. I knew who you were right away. You can't hide that burn from me. We thought that this statement was said by the culprit. Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't that fine? What's the problem, you know? There is a huge problem with that. If the victim had been wearing gloves from the start, it would have been impossible to see the burn on her hand. Okay. Gloves come off easily, very easily, you know? She could have taken them out during the auction. That's not true. Miss Crane had been wearing her gloves when I took her place. She must have been wearing them before she was murdered. What are you saying? You don't even understand the position you're in. It's too late anyway. I'm not scared anymore. I have Granny here with me. Please, your day of reckoning has finally come. Somehow it seems like you all want me to disappear. You can't make us all disappear. Permanently. The only one who will be disappearing here is you, Blaze the Best.
How dare you say that to Pops? Does it really matter if the burn mark was visible or not?
It certainly does matter. If the burn mark was visible, then we'd have a complete turnabout of this situation.
What are you saying? If the victim's burn mark wasn't visible, what exactly does that tell you?
Oh. Oh. Oh?
Oh?
So the victim was the one who said that. Sebastian, turn your way of thinking around. If the victim was wearing gloves, then her burn mark could not have been seen. In that case, whose burn mark was seen?
Someone else's burn mark?
Precisely, the culprit must have had a burn mark as well. In other words, I knew who you were right away. You can't hide that burn from me. The person who said this was not the culprit but the victim.
What?
Objection.
I see. So it's not a tattoo. It's a burn on the face.
Sebastian, could you please step aside? As you have all your reasoning up until now.
This is a figment of your imagination, you know. The culprit had a burn mark. Where was it, you know? If you can't answer that, then your logic doesn't hold up, you know. Where was the culprit's burn mark?
I wonder where the burn mark could have been. During the auction, wasn't everyone wearing a disguise?
Indeed, during the auction, everyone should have been dressed in a particular way if the burn mark was so visible. Then, no, why don't you show us? Where was the culprit's burn? You have to show me the proof. Do we have the mask for it? No, we don't. Do we not? We don't have the mask for the conductor. So maybe a testimony. Whose testimony was it? I think it's Karin's testimony, right? Karin, where are you? Okay, let's see. For some reason, no, that's not what I need. I need the part where she says she saw part of the face. That was both of us very weak. She could see the bottom half of the face. I could present masks, but masks doesn't work. Stuffed animal doesn't work. Lotta's testimony. Each one of them was wearing a mask. Each one of them was wearing. I could consider that. Oh. Okay, I did not see that. Okay. It was what the conductor was wearing during the auction. In other words, the outfit you were wearing at the time. Oh, what can you figure out from the clothes alone? It's not the clothes. The conductor had been wearing a white suit, white gloves and a mask. His attire had covered up most of his skin. However, according to Miss Jensen's testimony, the conductor's mask exposed a small part of his face. In addition, while she thought there had been a tattoo there, it's possible that she simply mistook the burn mark for a tattoo.
A burn mark? On his face?
Do you know something?
Objection.
It's all very scintillating. But I'm afraid you're getting excited over nothing, you know? None of the PIC members have any burn marks on their faces, you see? Naturally, that includes me as well, you know?
Huh? Pops? But...
You know something, don't you?
Sebastian, could you please be quiet? If you're an idiot, act like one, you know?
You know something, don't you, Sebastian? Normally, Sebastian is a nuisance to everyone around him, but this time I owe him my gratitude. That reaction from Blaze's own son, it reveals the truth more clearly than anything else. Thanks to him, I am confident that my reasoning is correct. I know who that unidentified piece of evidence belongs to.
I wonder what's wrong with that Prosecutor.
Usually Sebastian is slower to arrive at the truth than anyone else. However, this time he has probably figured it out. Sorry, Sebastian. His own father is a criminal.
Since he knows the truth, he's in pain, isn't he? If he didn't know the truth, he could have remained blissful in his ignorance.
Okay, we are here in order to pursue the truth. It doesn't matter what path my reasoning takes. The important thing is to arrive at the truth. Once before, when I lost faith in my reasoning, You said that to me and showed me that way. This time I shall show you the truth. You are innocent.
I also want to know the truth. Miss Ashraf, please tell me.
Yes, there's a spirit.
Oh, that's impossible, you know, for all of you. I mean, just where could I possibly have a burn mark? There's nowhere to be found, you see. There's no evidence to prove I'm the culprit, you know.
That's right.
Come on, Sebastian.
There's no contradiction at all. There's no way there can be a contradiction. Not for my pops.
Sebastian, I understand why you don't want to admit it. However, if you avert your eyes from the truth, you'll regret it forever.
Pops, just what should I do?
Don't ask the father.
I really wonder, why are you such an idiot, you know? Sebastian, if you really want to save me, you'll have to try a little bit harder, you see. But to use your head, you know? Honestly, you really are a useless idiot.
No way. But I tried real hard. I tried my best, Pops. I went to the school you told me to go to reach the top of my class, just like you told me to. Just look at this jacket. Only someone who graduates at the top of his class gets to wear it. I did everything you told me to do. That's how I got to be the best at the academy. I even won all those awards just so I could be like you, Pops.
Objection.
You really are such an idiot, you know? You know those gold stars you got on your test? I made the teachers give them to you. There is picture debate contest. All of the judges were my friends.
Aha, that makes sense. I was about to ask how on earth did he get awards? Somebody like him.
You know, Sebastian, if you weren't even able to smooch something like that, you're really not worthy of being called my son. Don't you think so?
Okay. I guess I feel a little bad for you. Just a little.
Oh, even my own son has disappeared. Ooh. Oh my, it's enough to make me cry, you know? He was trying his best for me, and yet he was totally useless, you know?
You are truly a despicable person. As a chairman of the PIC and as a father. Even I feel sorry for that foolish prosecutor.
Poor Mr. Prosecutor.
Please, the best. Just what do you think of your own son?
It's just a useless pawn, you see? Oh, now maybe you should look in the mirror before you criticize me, you know? I mean, even you also used Sebastian to get close to me, didn't you?
I cannot deny that. However, he is not a mere pawn. He always tries to do his very best even if the results are not up to par. I've seen just how hard he tries, and yet you refuse to even acknowledge it.
Objection.
Oh, that kid is no good, you see, no matter what he does, or is thought to do.
Prosecutor Ashraf, I shall leave this offering to the goddess of law to you. Deliver her divine judgment against Blaze the best. Yes, that was my intention from the beginning. If there was a burn mark on the conductor's face, then Blaze the best must be hiding it. What was he wearing during the auction? That is the key to revealing the truth. It's his beard. His beard is hiding it. Well then, allow me to hear your answer. Please show the piece of evidence that proves the culprit had a burn mark on his face. Not again. I don't have it. I don't have it.
Oh! Oh!
I'm not sure whether I should present this here, but I figured it out. That's not hair. That's not a hair wig. I'll try. If you were to recall Miss Jensen's testimony, there's still one point to it that remains unexplained. 2 types of wigs had been prepared, one of which was left unused.
Do you mean the wavy wig?
What are you talking about?
It was something Miss Jensen found when she switched places with the victim. What does something like that have to do with the burn? Inside the costume trunk, Miss Jensen witnessed 2 wigs. Okay, I thought it was a beard wig, but I guess it's a hair. One of them had been used by Miss Jensen to make her look like the victim. Now then, just what was the other wig used for? So basically he's bald. So the burn mark is on his skull, maybe. It doesn't seem like it was a spare wig. There's no need to overthink it. Just compare the attire of the true culprit, the conductor, with that of the Blazy Best. Or maybe it's everything, the hair and the beard. Don't stare at me like that. Don't you think there's just one spot where there is a huge contradiction? Specifically around his face.
So that's not a wig at all.
Indeed, it was no wig. Blazy Best, it was a fake beard. Okay, I'm right. I was initially right. Woohoo! This is a real beard, you know? Don't you speak like that. Okay, let's try to pull it out. Your son must have realized the truth before anyone else. That's why he was trying so desperately to protect you. You were also worried that he would tell the truth. Isn't that why you drove your son away from here? Because he knew that his father was hiding a burn under his beard. Under his fake beard. Blazy Best. How about you remove that fake beard of yours? Show us. Oh, good job. There we go. Oh my god, it's shaped like a skull. It's shaped like a skull.
Oh, a burn mark. Prosecutor H-Web. Justice has been served before the goddess of law. For that, I give you my thanks.
I should be the one thanking you.
Blazy Best, I hereby announce my verdict. Somebody's gonna object. You shall be taken into custody for the murder of Jill Crane. No? Nobody?
Okay. Okay.
Mr. H-Web, thank you very much. I'm so happy that you believed in me to the very end.
There's no need to thank me. As a prosecutor. No, as a friend. I simply wanted to save you. Just show me what happened to your other eye, please. I keep being suspicious over it and it's weird. But it's the end of the case, so I guess I was overthinking it.
Prosecutor H-Web, I bring good tidings. It seems that the former chairman, the Best, has been safely detained in the detention center. However, the search for the murder weapon auction gavel continues.
Did you leave your gavel there? Maybe he used it?
Blazy Best is a shrewd man. There is a good chance that he has already disposed of it. There is also one piece of testimony that concerns me. Blazy Best mentioned that the only thing he did not fake were the letters.
What do you mean?
To Miss Crane, thank you so much for helping with my plan.
Yeah, this one.
First, he found his letter in Jill Crane's clothes. And then he also found his letter on Kay, which was unconscious in the storeroom. The contents of the letter seems to suggest that the two had been corresponding with each other.
To investigate him, of course. She did say Jill Crane was investigating him.
Which is why Blazy Best assumed that the two were working together.
Ridiculous, that can't be right.
After reading the two letters, he decided to pin the crime on Kay Faraday. In order to cast suspicion on her, he planted one of the letters in a noticeable spot. The deceased Jill Crane's left breast pocket.
Isn't that just an excuse? I don't think so.
Yes, that is what I thought as well. It may have simply been a last-ditch effort to save himself. However, before the sun eyes of the goddess of law, these are all trivial matters. His crime shall certainly not go unpunished. With this, I have finally fulfilled one of my long-standing missions.
Judge Courtney, will you tell me what you know? Why did Blazy Best murder Jill Crane? And what lies hidden behind this case? Probably something we'll find out in the next episode.
Yes, I don't mind. You have the right to know everything, or now. Long ago, Jill Crane was in love with a cameraman.
That man was pursuing the black market auction as a journalist. And then, before he could reach the truth, he was erased. Okay. The feelings and the items Miss Crane inherited from her beloved brought her to the auction. She had come to exact revenge on the conductor, Blaze. Although in the end, she was the one who was murdered instead.
I see, so that's what happened.
While the goddess of law cannot condone her actions, we have succeeded in her goal of bringing Blaze-based crimes to light.
So Judge Courtney's goal was to expose Blaze-based, the best, and reveal the dark secrets of the PIC.
By the way, what happened to the young prosecutor?
Are you worried about him?
We have been unable to contact him for some time now. Do you have any idea where he might be?
I feel like you might become good friends with him. You're around the same age after all.
I had not been truly working for him, so... I see. I feel very sorry for him.
What you should be sorry for is the fact that he was kept in the dark until now. No matter how cruel reality is, he will have to accept it. If he can't, he won't be able to walk his own path in life. Ever. A father's influence is not something that is easily erased. However, I'm sure he'll be able to change from here on out.
Yes, that's right. Surely, you must be right. Will I too be able to walk my own path in life? Kay, is your body alright? Yes, thanks to you. I'm so sorry, even though you're my patient. You ended up getting suspected because of me. You can't just take care of the patient's body, you got to take care of the heart too. That's my granny. Kay, how are your memories? I feel like I'm on the verge of remembering something.
Okay.
Well then, I shall take my leave here. I'll be presiding over Patricia Rowland's trial,
or is it not over yet? That would be the trial for the murder of Horace Knightley. Who's in charge of the defense?
Miss Crane was supposed to be her defense attorney, but now that she has passed away, we are currently arranging for a replacement defense attorney.
Rachel's, maybe? Jill Crane has been in charge of Patricia Rowland's defense.
I also have to get in contact with Sebastian quickly since he's the prosecutor in charge. Well then. Please wait. What about Mr. Ishu's prosecutor's badge?
Okay.
What will happen to his prosecutor's badge?
I'm gonna get it back, of course.
With the chairman's arrest, the PIC is no longer functional, so I cannot answer that question easily. Perhaps one could say, only the goddess of law knows, but that's...
You don't need to worry about me. This is the path that I have chosen.
It seems you have no plans to change it either.
Of course not. I chose this path to seek the truth.
With the departure of Blaze Best, the law has once again returned to our hands. If you truly desire to continue the prosecutor's path, I am willing to assist you in reclaiming your badge.
Sure, I appreciate the sentiment, but I must decline. Really? I did not relinquish my badge with half-hearted feelings.
I see.
It seems that our paths of law will continue to run counter to each other. Until our paths cross once again. I shall have you hold on to that badge.
That was my intention from the start. However, on occasion, the goddess of law is quite generous. Please return this notebook to its proper owner.
Kay's promised notebook.
It seems this was scheduled to be put up for bidding at the black market auction. The name Kay is written on the notebook. It seems Blaze Best quickly realized that this belonged to the girl. Since the letters he found also contained the same name,
you speak as if he really did not know about the letters. Are you saying that Blaze really did not prepare the letters himself? Of course not.
Yes, that man said so himself. Kay Faraday's goal was to steal back the notebook. Jill Crane's goal was to get revenge. In order to achieve their goals, the two teamed up to infiltrate the auction, or so he says.
Unfortunately, this was all Blaze's misunderstanding. It was purely a coincidence. If the attorney from the PIC and Kay were really acquaintances, it would be strange that she never mentioned it to me, considering her personality.
You really do trust her, don't you? In the end, the notebook was used as another red herring, but it's something that is very important to that girl, isn't it? I'll make a special exception and return it. I'm sure that's what the goddess of law desires. I appreciate it. I shall pray that she recovers her lost memories. Okay.
Is something wrong?
Okay, I'm returning something very important to you. Oh, nice drawing.
This is...
Are you remembering now? Are you remembering?
Always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Never cry in front of strangers.
Oh, okay, it's really K after all.
Look, Daddy, I wrote them all down. Yep, I'll be sure to follow all of our promises and become a hero just like you, Daddy. That's right. There was one more. I forgot to write down the most important promise. Promise number 5. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. I'll be sure to remember. I'll never ever forget them.
Okay, so it's you after all. Okay.
Always try your hardest to learn things you don't understand. That's right. I am...
Are you remembering now? No, that's really strange.
I am the great thief who steals the truth, K. Faraday. I'm the second Yatagarasu and Mr. H's assistant.
There you go. Okay, you remember?
It's kinda embarrassing though. Thank you so much. It's all thanks to you, Mr. Giraffe. Even when I lost my memories, you were still always trying to save me, right?
It seems you're back to normal.
Wow, Kay, you've gotten better. Your health comes first. Now you can relax. Just make sure you don't run off and lose all your memories again. Miss Jensen, Dr. Young, thanks for worrying about me. Hey, if you're feeling all better, how about changing back into your own clothes? I wash your clothes for you. Okay, so they're nice and clean.
These clothes. Wasn't Detective Gumshoe holding on to them?
He said forensics was done with them, so he gave them back to me.
Have they revealed the results of the analysis yet?
To be honest, I actually didn't think to ask about that. No.
Wait. That's weird. That's really weird. Somehow strange.
More importantly, let's hurry up and get you changed, Kate.
Still, isn't it better if we do not remove her bandages?
She should be fine now. Kate just bumped her head. She didn't really have any other major injuries. Then why is her eye covered?
Then why was she so heavily bandaged?
Better safe than sorry. A pound of prevention is worth an ounce of cure. That's my motto.
What a troublesome motto.
Come on, Kay. Let's get you dressed up over there.
Okay.
Now, this is definitely what a great thief should look like.
A smile certainly suits you best. In the past, and now as well.
Miss Von Karma, thank you for coming too.
I only came because Scruffy asked me to. Yes, Scruffy, he also wanted to see your energetic self again.
Gummy, what happened to Gummy?
Who knows? Maybe he was disgusted with the man who willingly threw away his Prosecutor's badge. I must be going soon. I'll be taking these ladies in for questioning.
What's going to happen to them? To the two of them?
One aided in the murder of an attorney. The other forged an autopsy report 18 years ago. Those crimes definitely won't disappear. Of course, I will mention in court that they were being blackmailed by Blaze.
We'll be just fine. As long as Granny's by my side, we are invisible.
Invincible. Well then, take care. Now then, Kay. Sorry to ask you so soon right after you regained your memories, but I have some questions.
Sure, ask me anything you want.
What were you doing on the day you lost your memories?
On that day,
I was asked to come to God Lake. That's not God Lake.
I don't know who called me there though.
As I was watching the moon at God Lake,
a person in a red raincoat approached me. All of a sudden, he used some kind of drug to knock me out.
What? What is she saying? Yeah, so that means she wasn't there. The place where Kay saw the moon was at God Lake.
When I woke up, it seems I somehow ended up on the roof of the Grand Tower. My mind was still in a daze, so I stumbled around for a bit.
Oh, okay.
That's when I found the person in the red raincoat collapsed. I was startled, and when I stepped back in panic,
I fell.
I fell from a high place and got knocked out cold again.
Oh, that's tough on you, man.
And when I woke up, all my memories were gone.
Okay, so somebody made sure to bring you there for a reason.
The person in the red raincoat. Who exactly was that person? Oh yeah,
So the letters were not real?
I was certain that I saw them walking in mid-air. Somehow, this is all starting to make my head hurt.
Please calm down. You're just a little confused because you've only recently gotten your memories back. Most likely this is the main cause of your confused memory. Your memories of 2 places, your name on the notebook. Your memories of 2 places? This is probably the main cause of your confused memories. You saw the moon at both the Gold Lake Park and the Grand Tower rooftop, which led you to confuse the 2 places.
Huh? But aren't they totally different places? Even if I was in a daze, do you really think I'd get them confused?
Most likely there was something at the Grand Tower which led to your confusion. I don't know, the tree? A booth. You saw a booth. The Grand Tower rooftop and the Gold Lake have 2 points in common. They both have a cherry 3 and a food stall.
Now that you mention it.
Your memories were confused because you had been in 2 similar locations. Yeah, you were saying something about a burger, but there was no burger. Now, oh my goodness, I didn't notice that. The person that you first saw could not have been walking in mid-air. They were simply walking on the ground at Gold Lake Park. You must have gotten that scene confused with the Grand Tower rooftop.
So that's what happened. How dare they steal the memories of great thief? They'll pay for this.
Nevertheless, I wonder who that person that assaulted Kay was. That person in the red raincoat who appeared at Gold Lake. What is that? Huh? What's its noise?
It sounds like it's coming from the storeroom. Mr. Edgeworth, let's go check it out. What's this? My shutterbox sense is tingling. I smell me another scoop.
You're still here? Wow, this is not gonna end. Okay, stop flashing, Lotta. Stop clicking. Oh no. Oh no.
Mr. Edgeworth, this walkie-talkie thing here is what's beeping.
This transceiver. Why do I feel like I've seen it somewhere before? Oh no.
It's still beeping, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm not particularly familiar with this sort of device.
Come on, we have to answer it. Here goes. Hello, Edgeworth speaking.
Okay, please don't just answer it on your own. I'm speaking with Mr. Miles Edgeworth, I presume. This voice is Shelley the Killer. I congratulate you on resolving the case. However, can you truly say in good conscience that it has been solved? Are you aware of the mastermind who is pulling the strings behind this incident? What do you know about the incident? That's not important right now, wouldn't you agree? Right now we're discussing the mastermind behind this case. I've had an inkling that such a person existed even before you said anything. After all, there was evidence to suggest that someone had used Kay to disrupt the investigation.
Huh?
There was? So who's this mastermind? I would like to hear your thoughts on the matter. Would you kindly show me the evidence that indicates the evidence of a mastermind? I don't know. The jamming ninja mask? Maybe? This indicates the existence of a mastermind in this case.
I can't say I really understand.
I'm very sorry, but I also do not understand. Okay. Wasn't there anything that was left unexplained among the evidence? I await your answer, Mr. Edgeworth. Would you kindly show me the evidence?
Victim's letter. Maybe it is the victim's letter.
It was the letter that Kay allegedly sent to the victim.
Come to think of it, I don't remember writing that letter at all.
Who could have prepared this letter? I too am quite curious to know. You don't know? So you're not the one who wrote the letter. What could I possibly gain from doing such an act? Is it not necessary for you to stand in court in order to make the truth clear? What can you possibly do now that your badge has been taken from you? I look forward to finding out from the shadows. This man, how does he know that? Do you have an understanding? Please ensure you do not betray my trust. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
He said the case wasn't solved yet. What did he mean by that? And why would Mr. D Killer even bother telling us that? Nothing makes sense anymore.
This case has not reached its true conclusion yet. No, it hasn't. However, although I've lost my Prosecutor's badge, who I am still has not changed. While I don't know where this may lead me, I shall reveal the truth. I swear it. The end. Yeah, it feels very incomplete right now. I feel like a lot of things are like still unanswered. But I guess we will find out in the last episode. I think all the loose ends will be tied up by then. There's so many things that are just not answered yet. So hopefully it will all get cleared up in the next episode. So until the next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.